Second item today is to consider approving a grant agreement number 3-08-0027-055-2016 in the amount of $2,216,716 between the Federal Aviation Administration and Grand Junction Regional Authority for the design of the remote transmitter receiver and the replacement runway 1129, and authorize the chair and the county's legal counsel to execute the grant agreement and co-sponsorship agreement. And again, we have Mr. Turner here, the Executive Director of the Grand Junction Airport, to present this item. Thank you, Mr. Turner.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd be happy to take any questions, but it's the same thing we were just discussing. This is for a portion of the design work for the relocation of 1129, which is about a 10 to 12-year project that will culminate to about a $100 million project in its entirety before it's said and done. This first phase was the EA, environmental assessment, that was completed in July, I believe it was. It was about a 3-year process that took place. So this has been something that's been in the works for 3, 4, 5 years now, and on the CIP, Capital Improvement Plan, and it's just the next step towards that. I'll be happy to field any questions.
Thank you. Any questions, Commissioner Justman?
No.
Commissioner McGinnis?
No question.
I have no questions. Is there anyone in the audience that has a question about this grant? Kevin? Mr. King, come on up.
Sorry, I just like to be thorough so we get the questions answered, hopefully for most of the taxpaying public. I would just ask, in this $100 million scope of projects, is there a guesstimate on how much of that business is going to local communities? Because I believe if I've looked right on the grant, that it's an out-of-county company that's actually doing this consulting work. I'm pretty sure of that. And then one of the recommendations on one of the documents I saw, maybe it was the previous ones, that they actually contracted somebody out of the county as well for the concrete work. I don't know if that's been decided on or not, but I'd like to know at least.
Sure.
Are we getting a fair share for local business? Thank you.
Good questions. Mr. Turner, can you answer those questions, please?
So just about the entirety, if not all the entirety, of the $2.2 million grant will be done by a local firm here in town, Armstrong Consulting. The other grant that is for the ramp work, we bid out in the measures that we're required to bid out for compliance reasons, and we accept the low bidder unless there's some reason that we don't have to accept the low bidder, and the low bidder for that work was international, I can't remember, they're out of Denver, and it was a paving and cement project, so it was there's not a lot of firms that do that. There are some local firms, and we have one on site doing work for us now for a taxiway connector project. They're Elam, which is doing work for us now because they came in as a low bid on that project, but we're required to follow the process for the bid process.
Thank you. Any further questions, Mr. King? Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to discuss this item? Okay, seeing none, I would entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.